What are you hearing about? Because again, you've been covering the pandemic expertly as well for Stadium and the Athletic. What are you hearing about any new technology? You mentioned a bracelet that can tell about the onset potentially of COVID-19. I read about the Sacramento Kings owner talking about sort of a breathalyzer that you breathe into a tube, and within seconds, it can be a test that is reliable to see if you have COVID-19 or not. What are you hearing about on this front?
Yeah, the NBA is going to be doing a lot, and in terms of investigating different things. Like one thing that they're working to do is trying to have a software to where at every checkpoint, a player that wants to enter, whether it's the arena, whether it's the hotel, whether it's the facility where they work out, like all these different places that they're going to have at their disposal, whether it's the 24/7 lounge, where they're able to swipe their magic band, and if it's green, they're able to be let through. If it's yellow or red or any other color, then they'll be investigated for further health concerns. Now, that is in the works, and that is, that sounds so, futuristic to me. Like you can just, all you have to do is swipe this magic band, and it'll tell you if you're at risk for coronavirus. Like that's pretty insane. But that they're going to have special thermometers in each campus members' rooms that. It's called a smart thermometer that you can apply daily, and all the feedback will go back to the league health portal, which will basically be a tracking device from the moment the NBA starts its resumption in late June, coming up in the next week or so, to the end of whenever the finals end. So basically, it's like a constant monitoring portal for them. So they're trying to come up with a lot of ways to make sure that not only is everything going to be tracked, but wow. We can stay ahead of the game as much as possible, more than the average, I guess, human.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So is it possible? Again, and this is the interesting aspect to me, and I think for a lot of fans too, Shams, is that will the NBA be testing out testing in a way that could be writ large that we could all use to maybe go back to work and open up societies? I'm serious
here. That's a great point. That's a great point. So they're not going to utilize this breathalyzer or this saliva test during this Orlando bubble, but the NBA is involved in a Yale health study that is going to allow their players to participate, and staffers and whoever wants to participate, in terms of trying to basically confirm Yale's testing and validate the testing and confirm that their saliva testing does work. And so the NBA will be funding that. We'll be working hand in hand with Yale on that. And listen, if it's a success, that's clearly going to be a test. I don't know how readily available it will be in the marketplace, but a confirmation of that test, where it's basically a saliva test away, could go a long way, whether it's a swab or whatever the case may be. So there's no question. They're trying to figure out ways. You get this band. You have a couple rings that'll tell you if you have early detection. They are trying to figure out ways that they can use just for their season to go on. Now we'll see if these are things that'll tack on for the everyday American.
So are you saying that again, this is not something that the NBA is going to use officially to rule somebody in or out, but it is something that will be using the players potentially as part of a study to see if this material works for society as a whole. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They will be participating in that study. They've participated in a couple studies, a Yale study, a Mayo Clinic study for antibodies that players have participated in. I'm told several teams have participated in that one. So there's no doubt they're trying. The testing that will occur in the bubble will be a less invasive nasal swab or an oral swab. Depending on which one it is, they might even do both and see what the results of both are, and hopefully both are confirming the same type of result, and they can just be 100% accurate. But again, the invasive nasal swab, unless you leave the bubble and you're caught, that'll be out of the picture, as will this saliva testing that they will be testing out.
Can this magic band figure out if James Harden's taking a third step? Can we figure that out? Is that possible?
I don't think that's part of the protocol.
Okay, that's not part of it. Okay, that's not part of the plan. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.